plain. And we are live. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello, Facebook. Hello, everybody. So, as you guys are coming in, we will give you a chance to come in and we will tag a few people. You might be able to tag them now, guys, that it's live. We'll take a few people, but as you're coming in, make sure you hashtag I am here and give us your name because we can't see your faces, your pretty lovely faces, but we can see all of your comments. However, we don't always see your name. So just hashtag I am here and then let us and drop your name so we know who's here. Hello, hello. I see we got a couple of visitors. If you watch this on the replay, make sure you hashtag replay. But again, if you're here, hashtag I am here and give us your name. And you know what? Do us a favor. Tag a couple of your peeps in the comments. Let's get some people here. We're tagging people. Tag some more. Hello, Jennifer McCombs. Yes, get in the comments. Tag some people. All right. So as you guys are doing that, welcome. We are here, myself, Coach Ambur, and Coach Jenn, to talk to you guys a little bit about creative eating. This came up on a couple of the tribe talks, and we thought we would come in here and do this live to talk to you a little bit about some different ways that you can get creative with your food. Hopefully, you guys brought some recipes that you want to share as well. And again, guys, I see there's 5 of you. Make sure you let us know who you are. We want to see who's here. Hashtag I am here and drop your name. Please feel free to ask any questions. All right, let's get this party started. So let's talk about some creative eating. How many, ladies, tell me, when you first got your meal plan, were you like, holy shit, this is boring?
Yeah.
No?
At first, I didn't season anything with salt or sugar. It was
Right?
like, I'm just supposed to eat this like this, and okay. And then I learned that I could have salt. And then I was like, wow, I can do so much with my food.
Yeah.
We
No
need to eat our vegetables raw.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, these are some common things. So when I give you a meal plan, it's pretty plain. And we try to be super thorough with onboarding. Yeah, like Amber said, sometimes you're like, I have to eat my food plain. Oh my God, I have to eat my vegetables raw. No, 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 no. We just want you to eat fresh vegetables. But that's a good point for me to bring up later. And definitely you can season all of your foods. And that's a lot of the reason why I actually don't get super creative, because I imagine that you guys are going to have imaginations and get super creative with some of your foods. So that's what we want to do today. I'm going to kind of like let the girls talk a little bit about what some of their favorite meals are. Your coach, can be pretty boring. I will say I get creative with my breakfast sometimes, but other than that, I'm just a plain Jane girl when it comes to my foods. But so if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them. But I'm gonna let Amber drop a few of her bombs first. If you guys want that.
That cream of rice. Everyone's like, I don't know, who was it that was telling me about cream of rice? Oh, it was Jackie doing it savory. And I was like, cream of rice. I just only imagine that being with like butter or syrup or something. I'm like, okay, so I could do sugar-free syrup. And then she said to try it savory. And I was like, with the eggs in it. And I was like, I can't. I could not do it. So finally, after having the cream of rice for, I don't know, it was like already 4 weeks in. And I'm like, okay, I still have cream of rice. So I decided to try Jules's pancakes, but with cream of rice. And I didn't know how they were going to cook because they're so soggy. And it's pretty much the same way. You just take the cream of rice and you cook it for 2 minutes, stir it up, you add your protein if you have protein on your meal plan. You mix in the egg. You don't want to do the protein first too hot because then it's not good for the protein, but take the egg first and then add your protein. And then I added some cinnamon, and then I added a little bit of the baking powder, just a teaspoon. Put it in the pan, and it just doesn't stick. It's perfect. But you got to cook them a little longer than like the oats for pancakes because they're a little bit softer in the middle. So they don't crisp up super fast. You've tried them, right, Jen?
I think I
Yes.
remember that too. Yeah, I think.
And you said the pumpkin spice
Oh, yeah.
seasoning, and then when it becomes available, that pumpkin
Yeah.
formula one, or is it level one? I don't remember. It
was
only
the
comes
level-
out. It's
level one.
seasonal. It only comes out, so just grab it while you can. But
Yeah.
that is super delicious. So
it's at one point I didn't have protein in them, and I just did it with the egg and egg whites, and then I added the pumpkin spice seasoning or cinnamon, and I still was able to put my sugar-free syrup on there. But when I had protein, obviously they had a lot more flavor. But either way, they were still really good.
yes.
Yeah.
And you know what you can also do too, not that I highly, it's not always something that I think is great, but it can be when you say sugar-free syrup. So there's the Walden Farms sugar-free syrup, but you can also do skinny mixes, which is tagged on my Amazon page, Jordan's Skinny Mixes. And there's lots of flavors there. And there, if you get the coffee, flavors for the coffees, you can also flavor your pancakes and your oats with that as well as Flavor Gods has a ton of flavors as well.
Yeah, that cinnamon roll would be good. I stopped ordering it, but I should get it back.
Well, so guys, if you're looking for that recipe that we're talking about, and by the way, if you like this, drop. We need to know you're here. I'm seeing I am here, but I don't see any names.
Jenny is here. Jennifer McCombs is here.
All right, guys. Well, drop us some fire. Let us know if this is valuable information, and we are going to keep rolling with it. But just so you guys know, there is a recipe for pancakes. It is on the website as well as it's on my YouTube channel under recipes, so you can look that up. But if you guys want to make notes, it is usually just whatever's in your breakfast. So however many amount of oats, or you have egg whites, and if you have protein like Amber said, you just blend that shit all together. You cook the cream of rice first before blending it all together. I personally, when I do oats, I do not cook the oats first. But the cream of rice, because of the consistency of it, you have to cook it first. But with oats, you can just dump it in raw, dump the egg in, the egg whites in, use stevia, use a sugar-free syrup if you want, add cinnamon powder. And the baking powder, guys, is the key. So you want to add up to like a quarter to a teaspoon. Don't go crazy with it, but the baking powder is what makes it fluffy and turns into actual looking pancakes. Then you just dump it in the pan, like Amber says. It'll bubble up, flip that puppy. And of course, like she said, the cream of rice ones, I ran into that too. Like they get a little, you need to let them cook a little longer because they're soggy in the middle. Now, another way, if you have cream of rice or even oats, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I actually do like my cream of rice savory. So I will do cream of rice with eggs, egg whites, and I will do it savory, and I will put like Italian seasoning on it with a little bit of garlic or whatever. Like I think I was using the Bragg's seasoning for a while. And then I just put my eggs on top and I eat it savory. But that's so there are different options of doing it. Has anybody tried turning the fajita bowl into a stuffed pepper? No, but that isn't, I don't know who that is, but that's a freaking amazing idea, because if you have a pepper, and you probably get about as much pepper as a half a pepper would be, that's a flippin' good idea.
That is a really good idea.
Yep.
Jennifer,
good job. In my new recipe book that I might drop. A stuffed pepper. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm not sure who that is, but I think that's an amazing idea. You should do that and drop it in the tribe group. Hey, Jennifer McCombs.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
You
awesome
can even do it with turkey. Yeah, turkey meat. I don't know what's on that.
Yeah.
But turkey meat sounds really good. And bell peppers are really good. Like if you stuff them like that, you usually want to like grill them on the stove or the oven first to get them nice and soft so they're not hard when you cook them. And then you can cook them. You put all your stuff in there and season it, and then just cook them in the oven. So, and that would be really good too, like for batch prepping, meal prepping, because that's like my jam right there. Is just to like I cook everything ahead of schedule, like on Saturday and Sunday for the entire week. And then that way it just makes it easy with, my boys and our opposite schedules and everything like that. So yeah, that sounds good. So if you're going to try that, I'm probably going to try that when I get turkey back on my meal plan right now. I don't think Devin will work very well with that, but
my tilapia might not be good in peppers, but it could be.
It could be. But yeah, I've done a lot of different things with turkey. That beast right there is like my number one cooking tool that I use. I got that actually for Mother's Day. I asked for that. It's a Traeger, and I asked for it for Mother's Day before I signed up with Jules, with the intention of cooking my meats and doing more at home meals and stuff. And so once I got my meal plan from Jules, it was shrimp, and so grilling the shrimp, season it up, put some lemon juice on there, some like Italian seasoning, and salt and pepper. Cumin is one of my favorite seasonings that I like to use too. Just grill it on there, have it all ready to go for the week. And I've cooked a meatloaf on there, or turkey meatloaf with like bell peppers and onions are like
well, now do talk about that, because you're the queen of like the turkey. Like I give you like turkey and sweet potatoes and you turn it into like a meatball or a meatloaf. So I'm sure these people would love to understand how you do that, because that's what she does.
Well, because
how do you turn sweet potatoes and turkey into a meatloaf?
So the cool thing about, if you don't know already, the cool thing about having like oat or flax seeds is that those are a really good binder, other than eggs. So if you need something to bind your meats for like a meatball or turkey or something like that, instead of breadcrumbs, which is what the traditional way of doing it is, you could use any of those options. So I've done oats, or usually flaxseed, because flaxseed is usually what's on my meal plan. And flaxseed, it's a 1 to 3. So if you have 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, you just add 3 tablespoons of water, mix it up, and let it sit for about 5 minutes. And then it acts as like an egg. So it acts as a binder. And then I would just put that in my meats, whatever I was cooking. Usually it was ground turkey. Sometimes I would do ground chicken, depending on what was on my meal. And then I would add bell peppers and onions and lots of seasoning. And then I would just make either the meatballs and cook them in the oven, or I made a meatloaf and cooked it on the Traeger, and it was the bomb. It was so good. And then I sliced it up and just weighed it out, and it was all ready to go for the week. It was easy to freeze. So I'm all about making stuff easy during the week.
That sounds amazing. And it's funny that you bring that up, because, and I've never put this on anybody's meal plan, but now I know why I like it, and there might be some people that would like it. So I actually love, and even have requested from my coach when he writes my meal plans, I just did the other day, like I love oats and chicken or oats and turkey. And that's the reason why. So like I'll get that, and I've never made it into a meatloaf because I'm just not the creative person. But I put the oats, the turkey, I mix it all up in the microwave, and I eat it. It's like the fucking yummiest thing in the whole world. But you're right, the oats become the binder. And I've never given it to anybody because I thought, well, they'll think I'm crazy. But like, I love oats. Actually, another thing that I absolutely love, and everybody will think it's super gross, and I've never given it to anybody on their meal plan, but it is actually very tasty. It's oats and fish and white fish. It really is good. I used to have it on my meal plan like a long time. I was like, are you crazy? But it was really good.
So Bretta asked a question. She wants to know on the sauces if she has to stick to a certain amount, or can you put as much as you like?
Okay, well, let's think about this in reason. So I'm going to ask the question back. Feel free to drop your answer. in the chat box, or one of these ladies, you guys can answer as well. But let's think about this for a minute. Could we use as much sauce as we want? Or if the back of the jar has a suggested serving size, say, and there happens to be a caloric intake, and like, what do we think the answer should be with the sauces? Specifically ones that have a little calorie intake to them, some carbohydrates. What do you think we should do? Follow the suggested serving size or use as much as we want? Just curious. What do you guys think? Suggested serving size. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys go over it, not a big deal. But in my mind, when I saw that question, I had this vision of somebody like drenching something in ketchup. And I was like, oh God, no. And it's not like it's the end of the day, guys, and it's really going to kill your plan. But like, just think about, using enough sauce to flavor, but not really going overboard. Specifically, is some of these sauces, if you read the ingredients on them, even though they're sugar-free, dairy-free, like, guys, take a hot second to read ingredients sometimes. Like, I'm a 5-ingredient girl. Even though I look for like sugar-free stuff and things like that, like I always look at a label. If it's got more than 5 ingredients, and specifically if I can't pronounce a bunch of them, I'm like, yeah, no. So think about that too. Like a lot of times I like to make, and there's a lot of stuff out there that is absolutely, sugar-free, all of that, and still has, our natural comments. Did that answer your question, guys? I'm like seeing all the comments coming in, which I love. Amber's venting them for me. So that actually was helpful. Greta and everybody else, let me know. Drop us some fire. Let us know that was helpful. And if you guys like these recipes, you gotta drop these ladies some fire, because they're a lot better at this shit than I am.
we get
mustard.
I eat fish and oats.
Fish with mustard. I remember one time I
eat fish, mustard, and oats. Oh, but my absolute favorite meal. See, this is why you guys, you really don't want to like look at me. My favorite meal in the whole world. And if Jackie was on here, she'd be saying the same thing. I absolutely love cod and rice. Like, I absolutely love it. It's like my favorite thing. And then I put liquid aminos on it, and I feel like I'm eating sushi.
Yes.
So my favorite right now, I have to share, is tilapia and the miracle noodles and the shiitake mushrooms and asparagus. And it is like the best stir fry, and you don't even know that these noodles have like nothing to them.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, so now that Amber is bringing this up, guys, type in the comments miracle noodles. Everybody write miracle noodles in the comments. So this is something that I forget to share with you. I will occasionally put it on your meal plan, but miracle noodles, guys, you can find them at Trader Joe's, Sprouts, usually like Whole Foods. It'll be a place like that. Or you go on to my Amazon site under meal prep, and I have them tagged under there. You can get them on Amazon as well. So miracle noodles have nothing in them, like zilch. Like, as long as you get the plain ones, there's some that has sauces and shit in it. You want to get the regular, miracle noodles. You turn the bag over, you're going to see they have like 5 calories and nothing in them. So your immediate thought is, this is going to taste like shit. Well, here's the thing about miracle noodles. They absorb the flavor of whatever you put with them. So they take over the flavor. They are like amazing. And here's the bonus. Like, don't go crazy with it, but you can add them pretty much to any meal that you have right now, and I'm not going to kill you. I don't even care.
Yeah, but go easy, because like you can also get dehydrated.
And they will. They can give you a bellyache too. If I have found, and Amber said the same thing. So one time I was knee deep in prep and like down to like nothing, and I was like just looking for shit to like entertain my brain and not have me going off the deep end. And I was using the miracle noodles,
and soups and.
Yeah, and it was in my meals like a little bit too much, and I started to get a bellyache. In fact, I got in trouble with my coach. He's like, "Well, that's what you get." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I get."
I think my last meal plan, it was like literally just fish and asparagus. So I'm like, that's it. So then I asked Jules if I could have the miracle noodles, it's like a little bit of more of a filler, and made me feel more full. But It's like,
So you can add those to your meals. And by the way, Miracle Noodles also makes Miracle Rice.
yep. I haven't tried that yet, but
All that.
And so you can do that as well. I like the noodles better. And I actually like I don't know about Ambur. I like the angel hair noodles.
Yeah,
They
me
do
too.
have fettuccine ones. I don't like the fettuccine ones. I like the angel hair ones.
I
Have
like
you tried them, Jen?
I have not tried
oh
them
my
yet.
God, they're so good.
Yeah, probably because I don't know. I'm just not hungry at that time of the day, so I don't really
Yeah.
feel necessary to have them. Plus, I have shiitake mushrooms and asparagus and salmon on my meal plan. So
You could throw the miracle noodles in with that. You probably like it. That'd be good if you ever wanted to try something different. That's another thing too, guys, is like a lot of times, like if you have green vegetables, think about mixing it up. Like you got to be careful with your vegetables. If you have over a cup with your meals, you could start to feel bloated, so you got to kind of be careful with your vegetables. And if you're ever feeling a couple of you guys checked in this week and you were like, I'm a little bloated, and I was asking some questions back to you guys. And one of the things you can think about before you even come to me is like, look at your meal plan. Are you eating too many vegetables? Because I'll tell you, if you're hungry, you can fill up on vegetables. But the reason why I tell you, I don't care if you increase your vegetable amount, but if you have more than a cup of meal, and this is why I tell you guys this when you ask me, you can actually start to bloat yourself. Like specifically broccoli, cabbage, things like that. They're amazing for you, but they will start to bloat you if you eat too much of them. It's the fiber in them.
Yeah,
right.
That being said, where I was going with this is, you can turn zucchini into zoodles. So there's another option you have for creating some creativity in your meal. So, you have
turkey.
You have turkey and zoodles.
Some tomatoes and
Oh.
tomatoes you have to be careful of, but you could just chop up some fresh tomatoes and make the zucchini noodles and just put a little salt and pepper on there, and then there you go. You have pasta without the pasta.
Yeah. I love it. Amber, who do we got with us? We got a lot
of people. We have Jennifer, Bretta, Cindy's with us.
Hi, ladies.
Anna. We got Anna. And
what is the miracle noodle made of, and what are they?
I answered her.
Huh?
I answered her in the comments.
Got it.
Konjac plant. They're actually really good for you. I watched this whole thing on them. I was like, oh my God, super exciting.
Well, yeah, exactly. So yeah, definitely pick some up, or if you go look at them, guys, you can look at the ingredients on the back. There's a lot of water in them as well. One of the main ingredients is water, and then yes, it's the konjac plant. But if you think about it, guys, like the only place you can find them is Trader Joe's, Sprouts, or Whole Foods.
Yeah, I order them on Amazon as a box.
I do too. So yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know how we got stuck on miracle noodles, but that's the other thing, guys. You can buy them by the box very cheaply off of Amazon. You need to go check out my site if you're curious at all about miracle noodles.
We got Jennifer's excited to make meatloaf.
Yes.
All right, guys. So do you guys have any great things? Like we heard about the stuffed peppers. What else?
Jenny needs to share her crock pot chicken on here.
How do we get creative with carrots and bok choy? Just keep sauteing them. Man, carrots and bok choy, Jen, I'll let you jump in on this, but I see Asian written all over this.
Absolutely.
Stir fry.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Minos, some sriracha.
I talked over you. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Amber.
absolutely. I think for sure, like what Amber said, and you can even try the other great tool to try in the kitchen if you don't have it as an air fryer. It's like a complete game changer for everything. It cooks everything like super fast and it's ready to go. So for those of you that are busy and don't have time to meal prep, there's no excuses. Just get yourself an air fryer and you can have food within less than 10 minutes. I'm not even joking. But yeah, I would say, try doing it you could do it in the microwave. If you like them softer, if you like them a little crispier, you can try the air fryer or, in the pan. Obviously, you're not using oil or anything like that. You're just, a little bit of
Yeah.
avocado oil spray, so that way it doesn't
Walk.
stick to the pan. And yeah, get the right tools.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely love like Asian or
I
sesame.
Yeah.
have a salty
You
palate.
could, yeah, you could. There's another place you could add the miracle noodles to if you wanted to. You said it. Yes, I did give you curry because that's where my head was going. So that's why I put curry in there. As I was thinking that. But yeah, just like get yourself a wok, fry them up, and then as far as oil goes, guys, just use the spray oil. Like most of these
Yeah.
tools, like the air fryer, woks these days, like they are, they're made of nonstick, or you can even get healthy nonstick, by the way. You don't have to get like the Teflon shit anymore. Like there's greener versions of nonstick. I use like ceramic or stone. It's nonstick. That's what I use. I pick it up at like, you can get things pretty cheap at Home Goods. But anyway, where was I going with this? So yeah, you could totally cook that all up in a wok, put it over some miracle noodles or some zoodles, and there you go. You have Asian. And don't forget, guys, like Amber said, liquid aminos. There's nothing wrong with liquid aminos in place of like soy sauce. It's actually kind of good for you. Just again, we talked about drenching your food with it. It's just add some flavor to it, but you could definitely do that. All right. Oats are in my breakfast on my food plan. How would that impact it if I add oats to the turkey meatloaf? So like Jennifer said, she wasn't adding anything additional. So she was talking about, so when she had turkey on her meal plan, she had flaxseed in there as well. So she was adding flaxseed in there. So good question, guys. Like if your meal plan and you're not to a place where you can figure out in your head macros and carbohydrates, if you add oats to your meatloaf, you are definitely increasing calories, increasing carbs, and all of those things. So what Jenn was saying was that and I'll let her add to it, but on her meal plan, she had flaxseed, which I did not know flaxseed was a binder. So she was utilizing it as a binder in her meatloaf. So it would definitely impact it. And I do want you not taking your oats from your breakfast and putting them into your turkey, because I need you to eat those carbohydrates in the morning. So that being said, guys, like we're trying to give you creative ideas. Definitely ask the questions, but also don't be pushing your food around either, because sometimes your meals are in specific places to give you the energy that you need throughout the day or for your workouts. Make sense?
Yep.
So maybe Jennifer, you need to add on that a little bit of did I really have flaxseed mixed in with your ground turkey?
Not with my ground turkey. I had it for one of my snacks, but because of how early that I wake up and everything, I had to move things around in order for me to, get the proper nutrition. And so like I would just take it from my snack and put it in there.
I can have zoodles.
Yes, you can have zoodles.
Yes. You can have zoodles. Like if you have a green, just like I said, keep in mind it's a green vegetable. You can have the zoodles, so you could replace the zoodles with your other vegetable, or you can have it in addition to. Just try not to go over a cup of vegetables, or you guys will be whining to me about like you got a bellyache of those fun things. But definitely, I think your meatloaf and that's kind of cool. Like actually, if you wanted to, how much flaxseed do they need?
It's like a tablespoon. So
if you guys have turkey, I'm actually that's not huge. Okay, like that's not huge amount. It's going to give you mostly fat. It doesn't have a ton of fat in it. So if you want to try the turkey and you don't have oats, because I don't put oats with your turkey, but I will now. All you have to do is drop down oats and turkey in the comments. I will see it, and I will put oats and turkey on your next meal plan. Got it?
But keep in mind that I'm not putting a tablespoon of flaxseed in for just one meal. Like I was making my whole week's worth of food. So it was a tablespoon split up between 5 or 6 meals.
And that's totally cool.
You know what I mean? Like it was,
Yeah.
but my body also, I do really well with higher fats than carbs. So
Yeah, but you're
and
not
that's
adding
why
that
I
much
have
fat either.
but
So
it's
I
not
mean,
that much.
yeah, it's not. If you're just adding a tablespoon for that whole week's worth of food, that's actually cool. How many oats would they need as a binder if they were making it as a full meal, like for the full week?
Probably like a quarter of a cup. And you would mix that with water too.
Yeah. So again, that's actually to answer that question then. If you're doing that as a whole and you're meal prepping for the entire week, you want to make it meatloaf and you wanted to use a quarter cup of oats or a tablespoon of flaxseed, you can do that. Here's what I'm going to suggest though, and write this down, guys. Low carb day meatloaf. I'm going to use equals flaxseed. I'm trying to make it simple. Low carb meatloaf. So if the meatloaf is on, or if the ground turkey, ground chicken, whatever it is on your low carb day, that equals flaxseed. If it's on your high carb day, that equals oats. So a tablespoon of flaxseed will create it on a low carb day. A quarter cup of oats will create it on a high carb day. But keep in mind and write this in the comments so we know you understand it. This is for an entire week of food. This is you bulk prepping on a Sunday, not adding a quarter cup to your 3 ounces of ground turkey or 4 ounces of ground turkey. One, that would make a mess. Two, let's not do that.
It's like 2 packages of meat. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then add bell peppers and onions and season it. And then I always have it in, like if you cook it in the oven, then put it in like a little baking dish. But on the Traeger, on the barbecue or however you do it, I make like a little tray with foil. And then that's how I mold it. Fun stuff.
Good. Drop it in. We want to see it, guys. You're asking questions, but I want to see low carb day equals flaxseed. High carb day equals quarter cup of oats. And I bulk prep this amount. All right. Let's see. Easiest way to meal prep chicken: trim it up, throw it in the crock pot, add whatever seasoning you would like, a little bit of water, and leave it on low for 4 to 6 hours. Actually, and then it's shredded. I don't know who dropped that, but that's actually a really good way. I used to meal prep my chicken like that too.
Jenny.
I haven't done it in a long time.
Jenny. That's
Jenny,
your
Jenny's in the crock pots. Yeah. I love that. That's actually a really good way of doing it too. You know, you can also do that too. I know somebody asked about sauces and seasoning, but you can do that meal prep recipe. And like if you want barbecue chicken, you could actually use sugar-free barbecue sauce, add some water, the sugar-free barbecue sauce, and do exactly what Jenny just said. And now you have barbecue chicken. Y'all think your meal plans
Throw some onions in there. It's so
and
good.
red peppers.
There you go. Like y'all are sitting around thinking your shit's, boring, but look at all this stuff you can do.
So good.
Yeah, that would be really good. Add a little sugar-free barbecue sauce, onions, peppers, yum.
I've added a little bit of ranch seasoning. It has nothing in it, just the dry with the barbecue. So it was like barbecue ranch chicken. It was really good.
I forgot. I used to do that. That was a trick of mine too. That yes. So yeah, the powdered
Hidden Valley ranch
dressing, Hidden Valley dressing, that doesn't have anything in it. It does have, like I said, it's got kind of like some crappy ingredients in the back, but you know what I mean, for a little flavor every once in a while. I wouldn't drop the whole packet. I don't know. Right. I mean, well, I guess if you were meal prepping for the entire week, but yeah, a lot of the times that does too. Also, you guys can look at taco seasonings, things like that. Just watch the sodium content on the back of the taco seasonings and make sure it doesn't have sugar in it, but you can use those as well to season your ground turkey, your ground chicken. Maybe dump it in your pulled chicken microwave. And I agree with Jen. I absolutely love my freaking air fryer.
Yeah. I couldn't live without that or my Instant
Pot. I love it. crispy asparagus with it. Like I burn the shit out of them. I love them nice and crispy.
Dipped in
I
mustard.
use it for my Brussels sprouts. I get them nice and crispy in there. My sweet potatoes,
Yeah.
nice and
Yep.
crunchy. Like I
Sweet
put
potatoes.
everything in there.
I
Hey,
finally
guys,
started to like sweet potatoes as chips. I cut them really thin
ooh.
and I sprayed them with the avocado oil and then to put some of the Himalayan salt. Those were like when I finally was like, okay, I can tolerate sweet potatoes this way. This is good. And then dip them in mustard. And they were so good.
Wow, I never thought of that. So sweet potato chips, make them in the air fryer. Avocado, spray avocado. That's a good idea. You might want to drop that in the comments for them. I like that. But speaking of chips, guys, here's another thing that you can do for chips. And this is actually on my YouTube channel as well. I know I did a video on this. Air fryer chips. Actually, I did 2 videos. So again, you go to my YouTube channel, which you guys should all be subscribed to and following. If you're not, Aesthetic Freedom by Jules, go subscribe to it. But go under the recipes, and I have air fryer chips under there. So if you have corn tortillas or any kind of tortilla chips in your meal plan, you don't have to eat them as a taco. You cut them up, you spray them with a little oil, you sprinkle a little salt on them, you toss them in the air fryer, and guess what? You have homemade tortilla chips. And so if you're craving a little, and now you dip those into your fajita bowl that was supposed to be a taco or whatever. So when you have when I give you Mexican food, you don't have to eat it as a taco. Or
So
as
much.
Amber said, if you have sweet potatoes and turkey, you got another option. You can make your sweet potatoes into chips and dip those into your turkey.
And make your turkeys into burgers.
Make your turkey into burgers. Yeah,
That too.
Yep.
absolutely. Another thing that you'll find that actually if you don't overdo it, you can also, I don't always put it on your meal plan, but you can add these as crunchy toppers to your salad, or you could use them as chips. And there is a recipe on my YouTube channel for this too. You take an eggplant and you dice it up really, really thin, and you put it in the air fryer, and it'll get super crispy. And you can just make a whole bunch of them and then put them over the top if you have a salad. And now you have a crunchy salad. And the eggplant, because you're slicing them so thin, it really won't do that big a difference on them. And they're actually quite yummy if you season them with salt and pepper and a little spray oil.
Sounds good.
Sweet potatoes.
I like a little crunch on my salad.
Sweet potatoes with chili lime seasoning. Oh, that
That's
sounds
good
yummy.
too.
Who wrote that?
Jenny.
I also take my chicken with the blackened season and put it on the Ninja grill. It comes out so good. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I love that. Trader Joe's has ranch. Oh, Jenny's got a couple of crock pots, so she puts 2 bread, and she does it differently. Very creative. I love it. Jules, what's your ice cream post the other day? Water and water.
Y'all want the ice cream.
So you can actually do this
favorite.
without the ninja too. So, but if you have the Ninja Creamy, I have found that it makes it better. And I honestly was like, what the hell am I going to do with this thing? And I decided to try it. So honestly, guys, I just turned my evening protein shake into ice cream. So a lot of you guys kind of already have this on your meal plan. I've done this with a few people. And I used to do it because it made ice cream anyway, but it was just a softer, it was more like a shake. But when you put it in the Ninja, it actually gets a little bit more like ice cream. So this could be on your meal plan. You can do this variation of it, and if it's not necessary. So mine had my protein powder in it, almond milk, like 4 ounces of almond milk, and then I just used the rest of it water because you need, I think, about 12 ounces. Then I had avocado in my smoothie or in my protein, or I had a fat. So I put that. I actually used 2 ounces of avocado because that was what was in my meal plan. And then the secret is, how do you say this?
Xanthan gum.
Xanthan, okay?
Yes.
Just like a quarter teaspoon, all right, guys? Like it is
It's
a
a
little bit
thickener.
crazy. Do not go crazy. Like a quarter
Yeah.
teaspoon of the xanthan in there. And then just blend it all up.
Sugar-free Jello.
Oh, I had sugar-free Jello in mine, yes, but be careful with that. There is macros and calories to that, guys. So I used I did a couple of different variations. I did it with chocolate and cheesecake sugar-free Jello. So I
I
had
didn't even know they made that. I was like, cheesecake.
I did chocolate cheesecake. Then I had vanilla. I only had chocolate and vanilla protein powder. Then I did vanilla with sugar-free banana cream. And then I also did the vanilla with sugar-free. Oh, no. Yes, I did the vanilla with sugar-free white chocolate. So, but I was using avocado as my fat. And I had the sugar. And it's just a tablespoon is all I use, by the way, guys, of the dry sugar-free pudding. So I'm not putting a dump. It's like 1 tablespoon, scoop of protein powder. I happen to have 2 ounces of avocado in my actual what was written for me on my meal plan. So I use that as the fat versus cottage cheese or whatever the fuck they tell you to use. I use the avocado, and then the xanthan
Gum.
and the xanthan gum, and then 4 ounces of almond milk, and then the rest was water, and it came out great. And I also tried it without the avocado, and it was fine.
Yeah. You could use it without the avocado. And
The
you
textures,
you
yeah,
do
you
it in the
don't have
blender.
to have the avocado in it. Yeah, it was fine without it.
It's just smoother and it gives it a little more
Creamy.
fat. Yeah, creamier. But
Yeah.
you could do it in the blender because that
Yeah,
xanthan gum really thickens it up.
yeah,
And then you could just stick it in the freezer for a
Yeah.
little bit. And then there you go. You
yeah.
have
And
the
that's what I
protein.
used to do before I had a Ninja. But I will tell you, so you guys can totally you can turn any of your protein shakes, like Jen just said, into a really thick protein shake or almost an ice cream just by adding the xanthan gum. That's it. A
Yeah.
quarter teaspoon of it, and it will blend. And I believe I do. Here you go again. I don't know why you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel and watching this shit, but under the recipes, I do a video on how to make protein ice cream without the Ninja Creamy. So all I'm doing is taking that recipe that I give you guys, and I'm dumping it into the little Ninja Creamy containers and freezing it, and then using that to just do the blend. So really all the Ninja Creamy is doing for me is turning it into a different consistency. That's it.
Is it more like a soft serve ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as hard as Halo Top, but it's a little bit firmer than if you were to get a soft. Yeah, it's a little bit firmer than a soft for me.
Yeah. I saw that it was cheaper on their actual website.
It is. Oh, that's actually really good news, guys. It is. It is a lot cheaper on the Ninja
almost
Kitchen
$100
website.
cheaper.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say almost 100?
Almost $100 difference.
Yeah.
I was like, is this a fake site?
Wow.
Or is this for real?
It's not. Because that's where it came from me. So, like I said, I had a friend of mine ordered it for me and had it shipped to me, but it came from the Ninja Kitchens, and yeah, and they have a new one, guys, called the Ninja Breezy, and that's what my friend had shipped to me as a gift, and it's actually smaller. It's more compact. Yeah. So, and it works just fine. So yeah. But anyway, like I said, guys, it's just really changing the texture of your protein. But like Jen said, you can turn any of them into ice cream, just like you can reduce the water and turn it into pudding.
Yeah.
Your protein shake can be pudding. You can add baking powder to your protein shake and cook it in the microwave and have a mug.
As it comes up on the cooler weather and you want something warm. Yeah.
You take your your protein shake can be so many things other than a
chocolate. Yeah.
Hot chocolate. Yeah. And crazy ideas. I think it was Lisa DeHurst was telling me, she's like, yeah, I make it into pudding. And I'm like, yeah, I used to do that. Specifically, if you have avocado, again, if you have avocado with your protein shake, guys, you just don't add as much water. And then you just, you're going to think it's not going to do anything. Just keep mushing it and stirring it, mushing it, stirring it, mushing and stirring it. Because then you're going to be like, she's nuts. This is never going to turn it. Just keep doing it. You keep doing it. Or stick it in a blender and whip it. I don't recommend the blender unless you got a good spatula to get that shit out. But it will turn into pudding. And it's
like, can you take my almond butter off and put avocado instead? I'm gonna swap my avocado and my almond butter for lunch and dinner, or my lunch and snacks.
Yes, somebody just wrote baking powder is a game changer for the winter when you want warm cake or brownies. Absolutely, I don't know who wrote that, but it totally is true. Like that's you can turn your protein powder into any And speaking of which, we were talking about breakfast and the pancakes. And the cream of wheat,
Right.
I actually think it was Joe I taught this to. And again, there happens to be a video on, guess where? My YouTube channel. Yeah. I don't know why you're not subscribed. Under recipes on how to make muffins. So it's the same thing. You create the pancake recipe and then you pour it into muffin tins. But what I suggest you do, and I suggested on the video as well that I teach you how to do it on, is you only mix one batch first. So because everybody's muffin tins are different sizes. So I can't tell you it's 4 muffins for a serving. But if you create your breakfast, like 1 serving size of your breakfast, and you pour it into the muffin tins and say it fills 4 tins, now you can like batch make it, and you know that 4 muffins is 1 serving. Does that make sense, guys? If that makes sense, drop me some fire. But you can do that too. Everybody drop in the comments aesthetic freedom YouTube. I actually just put I'm subscribing. Drop in the comments, I'm subscribing. All right, guys. Any other questions for us? Wow, this has been like a long one. You guys are good. Did we miss any questions, Amber?
I don't think so. We got them all. Anybody else? Oh, Jennifer wanted to know if the ice cream was going to be in your recipe book.
I don't think so. I don't think I have it in there because I just started playing with it. Sorry. But I did post it. How about this? I promise. I'm trying to get the lighting set up in this house. I promise to do, guess what? A video on my ice cream and post it to my YouTube. And guys,
is that playing upstairs?
If you guys like this idea, these two are going to kill me. But we can do some more videos on these two. We can create some videos and upload a few videos of us, of recipes, like Jennifer shaking her head.
You'll send her videos. These two are going to kill me.
But that being said, after they're done shooting me for my comments, like if you guys would like some videos on some of these recipes that you heard, like I'll do one on the Ninja, just drop them in the comments. And we'll work together as a team I see a First Forum t-shirt. Nice, buddy. Nice. Way to rep. Anyway, drop what you'd like the recipes to. If you heard us talk about some, I'll do the Ninja one, and we can get busy on it and make sure we get them uploaded to YouTube for you, so you guys have a little bit more instructions on how to actually do it. But in the meantime, zip on over there, subscribe, look under recipes, and you will find some recipes there that we already talked about. All right. So listen, guys, if you don't have any more questions, we got about 6 people on here. What we wanted to also talk about, I have some exciting news. I'm excited to say that we are growing. Aesthetic Freedom is growing. And well, it has been for quite a while. But for me to continue to move it forward, I needed to get a little help. So I don't know. You guys may or may have not noticed that there's been a few other people keeping a watchful eye on you, right? So just know that some of these people are doing this in support of me. So basically, guys, what I'm doing is I'm creating more of a team. Okay. The idea to creating a team within this brand is so it's not just Aesthetic Freedom by Jules anymore. It's going to move into Aesthetic Freedom, and we're going to be building a team of coaches. And it's going to continue to progress. And my reasoning behind it is I really do want to help and support more women. And the way that I can do that is I need support myself. I need to be able to put focuses on the things that I have strength in. One is creating, more branding, making more awareness, drawing more people into the brand. Also that coaching element that I, have to do or that I love to do. Okay. So relieving me of some of the
everyday
exercise. What did you say?
Everyday responsibility.
Yeah, everyday responsibilities, which by the way, you can ask some of these women that it's hard for me to let go, but there's things that I think if you guys really thought about it, that I really can let go of and allow others that are as much qualified to make these answers and then always progress things to me if needed in these places so that I can be coaching from a much higher level, as well as being able to support more people. So that being said, like I said, you may have noticed these guys have been around for a while, but they are now being put in more official roles as well as they are learning. So they're taking courses and learning and mentoring under me to become coaches themselves eventually in the brand and taking actual clients. So to my right, I don't know if that is really my right on comparing you. So to my right or to my left, we have Coach Ambur. And Coach Ambur, if you haven't noticed, is keeping an eye on you. She's our compliance coach. All right. So if she's been knocking on your door and asking you things like, hey, I noticed your compliance is down. You haven't been hitting all your workouts. This is her role. Her role is to help keep you motivated and moving forward. That being said, Coach Ambur is actually going to do a little bit of a video going forward on why and what she's looking for in compliance. So she's not always knocking on your door. There's some things that you guys don't really realize that we can see that she's looking at and then letting me know before check-ins like, hey, so-and-so is struggling a little. This helps me, guys, because there's a lot of you and I don't always see everything that's happening. So for her to be feeding me information like this person's killing it, this person's struggling slightly here, that allows me to dig deeper when I go to your check-in by her making me aware of certain situations, not to mention to help you motivate you a little bit as well. Yes. So Coach Ambur, her main responsibility, she has other things that she does, but the biggest thing that she does is she is what we will call our compliance coach. So guys, you want to be compliant or you're going to find Ambur peeking in your inbox, asking you all sorts of questions. All right.
We're going to do a compliance challenge here soon too. So
yeah,
somebody's going to get $100 gift card for first form. Highest compliance.
All right.
So y'all better.
You
know what, Ambur? Though I think what we need to do is first of all, they need to all watch your video on compliance.
Yeah, see what I can see.
Yeah. I think that's number one. I think part of winning that gift card is we need to know they watched that video. Maybe we do. Mm-hmm. And then we start seeing those whoever has the highest compliance. I like that idea. So I'm just gonna so here I go. I'm gonna let it go because I'm terrible at this. I'm letting go of control, guys. You see it right here. Amber's gonna handle that. She's putting together a compliance challenge and a training on it. So y'all are gonna want to pay attention. But guys, just so you know, like this is actually good. These are things that we're putting in place to help you elevate and get to your results faster, stronger, better. We're here to support you even more. So now we have Jenn, who's below me. Coach Jenn. So Coach Jenn is really going to be, as you may have noticed, and she's going to continue to be heading up the Facebook group. So she's running a lot of that. She pulls in some of us to do other things, but she's going to be leading the Facebook group with the challenges and all the things. And she's also going to be leading the Bikini Tribe. So that is some of you guys that are one-on-one with me, you're not aware of it. The Bikini Tribe is a smaller tribe that we have within our app. So she's going to be leading and handling that as well. As far as onboarding goes, both of these ladies are playing a pretty big role in helping all of the newbies onboard as well. So, Coach Jenn, if you are in the new Bikini Tribe, if you are in that group, I can't talk. Y'all need to be listening to Coach Jenn when she gets in there. And I'll add a little bit on it, guys. So I don't talk much about this, but if you're listening to this on Facebook and you've been considering a way to get involved, the Bikini Tribe or the Bikini Boss Babe group is an easier way to get involved. And basically I created this for those that have been in the tribe for a long time, maybe feel like they just want to keep the app and have the workouts, because that's really what that is it's just the workouts. They are not custom made. Okay. They are not. They are all, there's like over 100 weeks created. So it's like a subscription. You're subscribing. Now, all of those workouts were created by yours truly, but it's like a subscription and it just runs and it just keeps loading every 6 weeks, new programs. There's lots of people in there, but it gives you the ability to know, like to be able to track workouts and have workouts to do. You get macronutrients with it, no meal plans. So you get macronutrients, you can follow and track your nutrition like you have, in the app. But again, not the macronutrients are customized to you based on whatever you enter in the app, but there are no meal plans written for it. And you check in. Currently, we have you checking in once a month, but you have the ability to check in with yourself every single day, every single week. So you can post your own photos, you can post, your weight and track. So it's kind of just like utilizing the app. The type of coaching that happens and where Jenn will be coming in is she does group coaching, kind of like what she does in the Facebook. She'll run little extra challenges, maybe give it different ideas. And the coaching in there is one way. So the coach can drop messages, you communicate back through the group. But it's just a way of, and right now it's just past users that are past one-on-one clients that just wanted a way to keep their finger on the pulse. But it is available to pretty much anybody, but she will be keeping an eye on that for us.
Yes.
So, and I'm excited for this, guys, because I've kind of ignored it for a while. And so she's going to try to bring it back to life, give you guys, if you're in that tribe, if you're on that app. So this is why I'm asking you guys, if you're in the Bikini Boss Babe tribe, participate with her, because I've asked her to come on board to create a little bit more excitement for you guys so you don't feel, I dare I say, left out, because you step away from the one-on-one coaching and it's like, holy shit, I just lost all that stuff that I just had. So she's going to, not obviously bring it all back, but kind of give you a little bit more, create a little more excitement in there for you.
Yep. And we're all together in this. So, we can just be in there supporting each other, just like we do in the Facebook group and the other apps. So, that's what it is. It's, the power of the group versus us alone,
Yep.
So,
yep. No, and that's a really powerful statement. Nobody's alone in here. And that's part of the reason why, even me as your coach, I sort of isolated myself and was trying to do this alone. And I basically hit a glass ceiling. Like I couldn't go any higher. And I just kept bumping my head on it and bumping my head on it. And I finally, I've been playing it with for a while. Amber's kind of been helping me out here and there. And I finally just had to kind of like let go. And some of them had to kind of shake me and go, you got to let us help. If you don't let us like let go of the reins and let us. So guys, I'm a lot like you in a lot of ways. It's like, this is my baby. Like I'm about to tear up. Like I really give a shit about you guys. I really do. And I just want to create the best environment for you and help as many people as I can. So I am tearing up.
Yeah.
So know that this is a really good thing. We have one more person that's going to be joining the tribe. You've probably seen her a few times. And I'm going to go live with her later this week. But she's going to be helping out with the nutrition piece of it. And another program that I've had that I didn't do a lot with because I really like to put like my heart is with the one-on-ones and the coaching aspect of it, like the whole big shebang of it. But the nutrition only, my Sapphire program, which is nutrition only. So there's a few people that have this. Most of you, like when it comes down to it,
Sorry, my teenager.
That's cute. I love it. Most of you, like there's very few of you that don't come into my inbox requesting help and wanting the full gamut of, and it's just needed, right? Where we are, where most of you guys are, you need the help with the training and the nutrition. But there are a few people that, nutrition only. So she'll be leading. I won't be doing any of the nutrition only coaching. She will be doing it all. And she is helping support me and has recently, and some of you haven't even known that, with writing meal plans. She's been training under me for a couple of months now. She has a strong background in nutrition. However, she needed to learn my methodology, my thought process, how I get you guys the results that I did. It was super important to me that she was very immersed in this before. And in fact, I still haven't completely let go of the reins with her. I still like look at what's being done. I got to get myself there. But that is Haley Maloof. And you may have seen her training. So we are going to come live later. She couldn't make this live with us, or she could possibly be in the comments, but her and I are going to get on a chat later this week, but you will see more of her as well in the app. So I'm super, super excited about this. And I hope you guys all are too. Drop me some fire. There's 7 of you. If you guys love this,
We're coming together to make it stronger.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to ask. I just did something weird.
Yeah, what was I supposed to
What are you
say?
doing?
I don't know what I just did. I was trying to see the comments, but something happened.
She just does things.
We subscribe to something.
We just roll with it.
Yeah, I don't know what I just subscribed to, but hide. I was just trying to see. All right. So yeah, guys, drop these ladies some fire if you think this is exciting. And like I said, know that this is just something that we are doing to really make sure that you guys have the support. And again, around not only do they have their specific roles, but all 3 of these ladies will be giving a lot of support to newbies, as well as they will also be reaching out to you guys should you have challenges and things like that. So you're just going to see even more of them. But I'm still your coach. Don't you worry. All right, guys. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, thank you for joining. This was a lot of fun. Oh, one last thing. If you would like us to go live more often, in the comments, just tell us live more often, and we will start to create some more lives for you. All right? Peace out.
Bye.
Have a great Saturday.